Welcome to Real Talk for Real Life, where we're realizing everyone is always learning and living your full experience. I'm your host, Coach C, and this is your Motivational Monday episode. Protect the process. Everybody wants to celebrate the promise. Few people are willing to protect the process. Let's have a real talk. I say this all the time because I believe it with everything in me. There is purpose inside of every single one of us. Sometimes it's hiding inside your passion. Other times it's buried beneath your pain. Sometimes it's discovered in the very season you were trying to escape. Purpose doesn't usually arrive with fireworks. It arrives with work. Protect the process. What process, Coach C? The process of becoming, the process of healing, the process of building, the process of learning, the process of failing, getting back up and trying again. Because while everybody is looking for the outcome, God is often more interested in your development. Pray through it, persist through it, push through it, plan through it, prepare for it, protect it. And here's where I need you to hear me. Stop leaking information before you've laid the foundation. Everybody doesn't deserve a front row seat to what God whispered to you. Some people will clap. Others will criticize. Some will celebrate. Others will contaminate. Not because they're evil, but because they're looking through the lens of their limitations instead of your calling. When you share every idea too early, you unintentionally invite opinions into places that should have been occupied by prayer. Sometimes the dream doesn't die because it wasn't from God. It dies because it was overexposed before it was mature enough to survive criticism. Seeds aren't planted on the surface. They're buried, protected, watered, hidden, and only after they've developed do they break through the ground. Maybe your next move doesn't need another announcement. Maybe it needs another prayer. Maybe it doesn't need another conversation. Maybe it needs another hour of work. Protect your peace. Protect your preparation. Protect your purpose. Protect the process. Because what God is growing in private will eventually speak for itself in public. Here's your fearless homework. This week, I want you to become a gatekeeper instead of a broadcaster. Take one dream, one goal, one business idea, one healing journey, one move you're planning, and stop talking about it. Instead, spend the energy you would have used explaining it, actually executing it. Every time you're tempted to announce it, ask yourself, did I work on it today or did I just talk about it today? By next Monday, I don't want you to have more people who know your plans. I want you to have more progress than you had 7 days ago. Remember, purpose isn't protected by secrecy alone. It's protected by consistency. So this week, protect the process and let your progress do the talking. Keep learning, keep living. This is Real Talk, where we're realizing everyone is always learning and living your full experience. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook at Real Talk for Real Life. That's L.Y.F.E for more inspiration, merchandise, and motivation between episodes. This is Coach C. I'll see you in the next one.